Welcome to NinonSpeaks. I'm your host, Ninon de Rosa, and my co-host is AJ Dean. Sit back and enjoy the show. I'm Ninon de Rosa, and actually I started NinonSpeaks many, many years ago, and I have actually trained a lot of people in this media thing that I brought up to help people like what we're doing right now, because I've never done this before. So this is on this particular Zoom thing. So I've never done this. I've also got AJ Dean, and she's the co-host for NinonSpeaks Media. Where is this young lady from?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm from New Zealand.
Are you in New Zealand?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
My goodness, you've got kind of a
yes,
bit of,
I am currently. Yeah.
quite a little different accent there, sort of a bit British, right?
Oh yeah, well I had been living there for a couple of years, so
Oh,
I guess I would have picked up something.
You picked up something. Well, where are you originally from?
Originally from
Did you get
New
that?
Zealand.
Oh, you're originally from, oh, you're definitely a New Zealander. Okay. So what is it? Are you a dancer? Are you an actress? What are you? You are gorgeous, by the way. Let's just get that put aside. You are amazing. What do you do now?
I'm a dancer, yeah. Pardon?
And what are you doing now? What are you doing? Are you an actress?
At the moment, I haven't done much acting, but I'm kind of modeling and dancing in New Zealand, and I'm teaching gymnastics as well.
How tall are you? You've got to be 5'8", right?
21. Or how tall, or how?
No, I was saying, how tall are you? Are you 5'8"? You've got to be tall to be a model. She's done
171 centimeters.
Oh, great. How much is that? Hey, AJ, how tall is that? She's going to be about 5'7", 5'8". But anyway, so how do you like New Zealand?
It's like, yeah, about 5.
I knew
yeah,
she was
I'm
tall,
sure.
you see? She had to be tall. So are you going to stay in New Zealand for your career? Or are you going to go to New York as a model?
I would love to go to New York and LA. That's my...
Not so much for modeling, because I lived there and I know it because I was a model, but I was a little shorter. But if you want to be a model in New York, you don't think of anywhere else, go to New York, okay? And what is stopping you from going?
Visa and COVID.
Visa and money. Well, I would definitely work on the
visa and the virus.
Oh, the virus, that's correct, yes. Okay, so what I will suggest to you, go, because there's only one thing that keeps stopping you is you. You might not like to hear that, but that's the truth. Whenever we don't move forward, we're only in control of this whole with a car, and I don't care what else we have. What we want to do, and that was what I did, my tenacity was really, really, really strong. And I realized that unless I decided to do it and I decided to move and I decided, it always worked. And to this very day, we still do the same thing and it works 100%. So if you want it, go and get it. And don't let well, I can't get my visa. Then go to the office and say, I want my visa. Just demand it. Not like that. Be nice.
I just want to introduce Sarah Barnard. I met Sarah she's a phenomenal and wonderful dancer. I met her at Piccadilly Circus when I lived in London. She's a beautiful, beautiful dancer, and she has great energy. She was lovely to me, always nice, always kind to me. I really appreciate that. And she's very, very talented, and I think she's going to go very, very far. Just as you say, Ninon, she's got incredible talent, and she's got one thing about Sarah that I noticed, that she's got lovely drive. She's got focus and drive, and she doesn't mind to break away from the pack and do her own unique style, because that's what makes, that's
Okay, young lady is how Sarah is. Sarah Bernard. Is that her name?
Yes, Sarah Barnard. It's beautiful, and she's wonderful, and I think she's going to go to the top. That's what I think.
But you have to do it yourself.
Yes. I'm just sorry. I'm just trying to figure out how to not have it on my face now because it keeps on coming up when I exit out of it.
You have to screen. Oh.
Hello, it's Vibezz. It's Ringmaster Vibezz. Welcome, Ringmaster Vibezz. Hello, how are you?
Ringmaster
Hey,
Vibezz, how are you? Vibe with Vibezz.
I'm good. I'm amazing.
Oh, you're amazing. Now, what part of the world are you in? Back again. Hey, Vibe.
Hello.
Hang on a second. Vibe, are you in your car?
Yes, I am.
How cool is that? I love that.
I love it.
I just
so this is another lesson. You don't have to be home. You can be home in an empty room like Sarah. She just moved in and she's getting herself together, but she's got to cope with this virus and everything. So it's kind of mixed people up as to where they're going, what they're doing. Now we have Vibe here. Vibe. Now, Vibe, where are you driving to from, or have you stopped? Or you have stopped?
I was driving for like a whole day. I stopped at my cousin's house, like upstate. I came from Niagara Falls on the New York side.
Really? You're on the show? Are you in the entertainment business?
Of course I am.
I mean, you know, what do you do?
I'm a dancer. But I also make music. Like I make like Afrobeat type of music, dance hall, hip hop. And I also make music. Like I engineer music.
So you kind of, you know, I've noticed in the music industry, and it's fascinating to me that everybody in the music seems to be able to play lots, produce music. I actually have been in many recording studios, and how you just have to sing, because on the computer you can bring in your drums, your piano, your this, your that, and you mix it all together. So Vibe, do you make it very different to mix your music so that it becomes something different?
Repeat that again?
Do you mix your music to be different to everybody else?
I can, of choice. Can of choice.
What do you say?
Of choice, like I could dance to other people. And
Well, that's what I'm asking. You have a choice, but to be different and to make something of yourself out there. If you become, if you're the same as everybody else, you're the same. You don't move. But if you make something different, that gives you an advantage to sort of move forward. And I've always said sometimes, like even in rapping, because I've listened to many of them, you could have like a little bit of jazz behind you, or you could have a little bit of Brazilian music behind you, music behind you. You could make that a little different by putting a little bars of music behind it, because most people, when they rap, they don't have music behind them. So this is what I'm saying, that you could do something, and it's also like you, Sarah. Make it different. Be different. Don't go the same path as everybody else because you just become part of them. Be different, you know? And I always say, one of my greatest sayings, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. You're an individual. So what would you like to learn, Vibe? What would you like me?
But what is your position? What role do you?
Well, you obviously didn't hear my intro, which you didn't. I have an internet TV show which is going the end of its 5th year now in Vegas. I interview music people, dancers. I introduce producers, music producers, film producers, politicians, real estate people. I interview everybody. I happen to have a very different things because I've been interviewing so many people, and not me teaching them. I think they've taught me, actually, if I twist it around. But if I could help you, and I don't mean financially help you, because that I don't do, but if I could give you like some advice of where to move and how to move forward and not stay in that rut you're in, because people get in ruts because they're comfortable and it's easy. But Go.
Most thing I really want help with out of anything right now is create a big following for myself.
A big what?
Following for myself.
Following. Ooh, that's what everybody wants. Okay, I'll tell you how you can do that. This is just a thought. Is why don't you make a boomerang? You know what boomerangs are, right?
I don't.
You don't know what a boomerang. I do boomerangs all day. When I do my show, I do boomerangs. Boomerangs are something, they're about 15 seconds, 30 seconds. I don't know how, you can have it as long as you want. And it moves fast all the time, but it's entertaining and people love it because it's like, I'm not making a fool of yourself, but it's like, it's something different. The younger generation love that. They love it.
Like TikTok.
Like TikTok, but no. TikTok is the same sort of format, but it's fast.
Right.
Talking on it, you could put some music in the background, which I'm going to try to learn to do. I haven't done that yet, put music in the background. And I really think I need to do that. So I've got to teach myself to do that. But it's a fast moving thing. It's really cool, but it attracts people. And you know how the younger generation, they love to go and they see something and then it goes viral? Well, that's how it goes viral. And that will follow you.
That's what I was just being told from our friend literally just yesterday. He literally
Well, try that. Keep trying that as much as you possibly can. And just make something different. Just think of something, I don't know, whatever it may be, think of something sort of a little different, okay?
Right.
Now we got somebody else who's come up now. Now we got Bella Fire. Bella Fire. Doesn't she look?
I don't know what my screen did.
Well, it so happens you look pretty cool like this. Well, now you do burlesque dancing, right? You're a burlesque dancer?
I'm a burlesque performer, and I'm actually rocking my naughty teacher look today because I am a professor in higher education. I have a PhD in math education, and I'm the chair of my department at a community college from my office for a minute. So I thought I would actually pull on the whole naughty teacher vibe. So I'm gonna let my hair down though now that you've seen me all
You can do
academic.
when people do what they just want to do, just kind of do it. You can, and you're meeting.
It is a meeting. Yes, it's a meet and greet.
Meeting. This is just fine. There's nothing wrong with this. Now, with all of it, one thing about which I've always commented about the community colleges is if you do not want to pay a 4-year education at a university, you can actually go to the community college for 2 years, and all the degrees, am I right? And all the degrees and everything you've learned, so that helps you with 2 years of paying. Is that's correct, isn't it?
That is correct. And we have general education transfer programs, and then we have career and technical. So it depends on what the degree program is, where students might go. So a lot of the schools have engineering, a lot of the schools have science, research, nursing programs, paramedic programs. So there's all kinds of things that you can do starting at community college and save a lot of money.
And this is good for Vibe to know, and also for Sarah to understand these different sort of ways of doing different things, because this is not only in the music industry that I'm helping, or any of the talents, but also like the community college. I'm so glad you came on. But also, let's go back to your being the dancer, which I love. Did you perform?
I perform all up and down the Front Range. I'm a member of Peaks and Pasties, which is Colorado, but I also perform in Denver quite often. And I work with Ooh La La Burlesque, 5280, Punk Rock, Blue Dime Cabaret. And we have shows almost every weekend. And there's some fabulous, fabulous performers here in Colorado. Katie Crimson is very well known, and she is with Ooh La La, as well as Bunny B.
I have to tell you who AJ is. AJ, actually, the reason she's doing this show with me is because it's exactly what I'm teaching, is that there's so many avenues out there, but you've got to put yourself out there to get into the avenue, because if you don't get on the road, you can't drive.
Yep.
If you drive, you can't get to your destination. So AJ had hair and there, and I kept saying this AJ was everywhere. I love your stuff, and I get hearts, I get flowers, I get all sorts of things. But she put herself out there. So now I became inquisitive as to who is this woman? Who is this person? And so we got talking and everything, and I told her what I wanted to do because, you know, with the three of you up here, we just started. This is a practice show, by the way. By the way, world, this is a practice show, so whatever mistakes we make, they're okay. Doesn't matter. Because if you make a mistake, you don't learn.
First, fail is first attempt in learning. And so it's a good thing to fail.
Listen, take it from the teacher. And she's a teacher of the community, so she really knows. I don't know, I know, but she's a learning day. Every day something different happens. Pick it up, grab it, take it, use it. And that's for all of you. And I see Vibe is getting very thirsty. Vibe, you're not driving, are you? No, you've parked your car. You know why I know? Because I don't know.
I was parked, but I gotta keep moving. But I'm listening and pay attention, and I'm ready to talk whenever I need to talk.
Want to stop and ask a question? Jump in, okay? And you, Sarah, if you want to ask a question.
I want to introduce Vibezz. I met him at Piccadilly. He's an awesome bone breaker, a dancer. He does Afro beats, dance hall. He's an amazing performer, and he's got wonderful confidence, and he was very wonderful to me in Piccadilly. I enjoyed my time. He was one of the best acts there, one of the best dancers and performers. I highly recommend him. And so I just want to give a shout out to him.
I assume this is my first show doing this with Zoom. It's exciting to see all of you all in your different places and what you do. Check out what you look like on screen. Check out what's going on. I don't know about you, Bella, but you've got humongous eyes.
I do. They're crazy. And they are big. There.
But so you all know you need kind of a green screen. Oh, it doesn't matter. Like we've got Vibe looks great. You've just come in from the car. But however you want to look and whatever you want to present out there, this is what it is and this is how it is. So if you want to upgrade yourself by getting, get yourself prepared and see where you want and what you want. Where is it? Sarah, how can anybody reach you out there?
I do put my email on my Instagram for like professional inquiries. So if it's professional, I've got email. If it's just, but I do get a lot of messages on Instagram for a few types of work.
How can they reach you? Do you want to tell them now how they can watch your email address?
I would go Instagram then.
Go to Instagram.
Yeah.
Sarah Barnard.
Yeah, Sarah Barnard.
Barnard. Oh. Bella, how do you want people to reach you? Because I understand right now, actually, that Denver is becoming very, very popular to move to. Everybody's moving to Denver.
It is. It's a hot spot right now. For me, I have a page I can share that I can show all my links, or I can tell you. But there's a lot of different ways. Facebook is the primary one. Share my screen here.
Yes, share your screen. There you go. See, look, this is wonderful. I love this.
We use Zoom for school a lot for meetings, and so there is my screen. Can you see that now?
Yes, it's beautiful.
So the other thing I have to point out is I do have an OnlyFans page, and a lot of people assume that's all adult content, which mine is not. I don't have, I have I would say an R-rated site, not an X-rated. I do domestic pinup and some of the burlesque activities that I do on there, and I feel like smart and sexy should not be a dichotomy.
You should not be inhibited by anything you want to put out there, anything you want to do. It's up to the other person how they perceive it and what they want. And you're absolutely right. They should not assume that it is this, this, and this, because it could also be art. It's a different performance. It's something different. But that's what the world is. The world is different. The world, and we must not be inhibited by things that we want to do. What can I help you on that you're stuck on at the moment? Is there anything I can help you on that you kind of trying to find your way? And I can help.
I'm ready to kind of launch to the next level. I would say I would like to be able to travel more, to try to turn the modeling and the burlesque into more sustainable long-term. So as I sun one.
What is stopping you? What do you feel that's stopping you? Because it's certainly not your experience and it's certainly not your looks. So what's stopping you?
Thank you. I appreciate that. I would say the hardest part is networking and finding the right connections to make sure that you're visible to audiences and to different producers as well as agents who would want to book and have someone that fits into my age category included in their different materials.
Sorry about your age, number one, because you don't look whatever you are, you don't look. What I would say to you to do, and I learned this a few years ago, that you can actually have agents, especially with the internet now. So if you go into the internet and you put in the agent for modeling or agent for voiceover, that will usually, the one I did was New York. I put in New York. I wanted to find out say I wanted an agent in New York. I'm actually in Vegas. So I went in there and it's amazing what you can find in there. And they've obviously got a lot of agents in New York. And you obviously go to the top of the list because I think that's where they have the most prominent ones are at the top of the list. And then it goes on. So if you go into any, like you go into Denver, you can do, I'm sure you have an agent in Denver. And I don't know, in Vegas, you can have more than one agent. In Los Angeles, you can only have one agent. But if you go put your name into Los Angeles and you put your resume up there or your bio, whatever you want, which is never make a bio of what you do more than one page. They will not read it. They will throw it out. They will have nothing to do with it. So you have to abbreviate because it sounds like you've done a lot. If you could do that in every single state and just to see what happens.
That could be fun, yes.
So, but make sure you've got a great photograph, but make sure you've got a photograph of today, not 10 years ago.
Right, of course.
Make sure you look like you look today, not what you look 15, 20 years. A lot of girls do this and men do this. They do a photograph and then they see them and, well, that's not the same person as what you sent. That's very, very important. I just had a spread in a magazine. And I told them, I said, got thousands of photographs. I said, but come down to my set, take a photograph. It'll be recent. It'll be 3 or 4 weeks old. So people are not surprised. Okay, so I take a good photograph and I look younger. I can't help that, but that's how it is. It'll happen to them too if they do photography work. So just make sure you got all but keep your bio very short because, and put the most important things that you want to do right now and where you're heading for. And just do that as a fun, you could do it as a fun thing. And you've got the internet to do it on. And especially, you might want to do voiceovers. I don't know. Have you ever done them?
I have not ever done them. I haven't thought about that.
No, looking. When you go through this agent thing, you will see all these different things running down. They do this, this, and this, and then they do this, this, and this, and then they only do and they do runway modeling, and it's fabulous. This is for all vibe. You could same thing. The same thing in the music business.
Wow. I want to try to get more. I prefer finding more jobs in Europe because I did a lot of jobs in America and the pay rate is going down.
Okay, I'll tell you what you do. Germany. For some unknown reason, I have no idea why, and I will investigate because I think I have to know the answer. But because the record deal they got, I don't know what gives over there, but they're very good to the entertainment business. But I wouldn't only go to Germany. I would just go to all of them, find an agent. They love the Americans. They love the entertainment of the Americans. They do.
Also, I'm trying to find if there's any like shows or stuff that's going on in Vegas because after here, I'm gonna be driving to Vegas. And I'm
don't come to Vegas yet. Don't.
So it's gonna be out.
Because of the virus, there's a lot of people out of work that are really, really good, but you're good. Well, so I'll tell you what, before you come to Vegas, why don't you just find a few agents and get your name and find out what's going on?
I could do that, but I still was going to move there, either there or LA.
I don't know. I don't know about the moving part, but I I would, well, you're young. How old are you, Vibe?
28.
Okay, 28. I'm not going to say you're old for the music business, but you are.
I've been in LA for 5 years, so I was going back, not going there for the first time.
Yeah, you have a good track record.
Yeah.
Before you go there, check it all out. There's no shows. There's no shows in any of the hotels.
I figured that. I definitely figured that.
Cannot drink at the bar. And if you're on my show, I actually perform out of the Pepper Mill, which they have a lounge, which they have booths and everything. And to come on my show, they come on my show in the afternoon. I film in the afternoon, and you have to have something to eat. There are shows booked, but there's nothing permanent. There's nothing like, you know, we'll book you for 3 months. There's nothing really like that yet. They're testing because they don't have any money. But the hotels, I was in Caesar's Palace the other day, and I was actually in the cigar room, which I happen to love because I love the smell of cigars. And then afterwards I came out, I said, I'd like to wander around the hotel, see what's going on. I was so surprised. It was really, really busy.
Wow.
But it was really, really, really busy. Very, very busy. So that was an encouragement, and I really was thrilled about that. So it is definitely opening up. It's opening up for you. Vibe. Just vibe it out there.
That sounds good.
Vibe's driving. I can see his wheels moving. I don't see where he's going though.
It's so much
Same thing in the background. Sarah, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm just listening.
Are you learning a lot?
I am. Yeah.
Wherever you want to move to, put yourself.
I want to move to America, but I haven't visited there yet. So I'm thinking of going for 3 months.
I would go to New York. If you want a model, go to New York. That's where I would go, 100%. They're going to start the runways. They're going to start something. Something has to give.
And it has good dance there as well, I've seen.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would concentrate maybe on one place. I think you've all been wonderful. It's amazing how communication can really help. And this is what community communication is. And thank you, Bella, for coming on. And thank you, Sarah. Okay, great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Good luck, Sarah. Hopefully I'll see you again.
Thank you, Bella. I followed you on social media.
Okay.
I will follow. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
everybody.
Okay.